Look, I speak at a lot of graduations, and I always have a point that I must make, which is try and start your own business. I think even if someone does it for a year, and probability says they will fail,
Yeah.
so go into it saying, I'm doing this for a year, and then I'm going to fail, and then I'm going to do something else based on what I've learned. Then if you succeed, you only on the up. But I think, the skills of entrepreneurship are skills that last way longer than running a business. It's also much easier to start a business when you're young. Your downside is so much less. And every year that goes on, taking risk just becomes harder and harder and harder. And also, especially if you're going to study something business related, having a business makes it much easier to learn. I use myself as an example. In my first 2 years, I did business science at UCT. My first 2 years, I was a fairly average student. In my third year, I started Quirk. And without actually any extra work, in fact, probably less work on actual studies, I became a much better student. To the point where in my third year, my industrial marketing lecturer called me into his office after the exam and politely, not accusatorily, politely asked me if I cheated. Because the exam topic, I can't remember what it was, but I got to write about the chip battles between Intel and AMD, and AMD had just released the first 1 gig processor. That's how long ago this was. And it was an incredibly interesting case study that I had just read so much about, because I was, at the time, selling computers. That was the first thing we did as Quirk. And it just made learning easy, because you'd want to learn, because you'd sit there and say, oh, well, that's interesting, I can do that tomorrow. Yeah. So if you're learning business, I'd say find a way to start a business, even if that business is a blog that sells Google AdSense ads, something like that, display ads. That's, a little bit of revenue, a little bit of cost. Just teaches you income and expenditure. If you get taught a marketing tactic, suddenly you'll think, how do I apply this marketing tactic to my micro enterprise? And cognitive learning is the way that learning is made real and effective. That would really be my advice: to start a business, even if you fail, and learn along the way. Understand, if you want to study something, understand why. What I mean by that is, I said red and yellow. What we sell is a certificate that says you have a degree in X. Because if we were selling knowledge, you can get that for free. The vast majority of what we teach is available for free on the internet. If you have the time and the effort to find it and digest it, and importantly sift value from rubbish.
Yeah.
So we are a powerful filter and a curator of knowledge. But what we sell you is a piece of paper that says to someone else, you can do this thing. If you have your own business, that's irrelevant. And so you might as well learn it yourself. And I know that may make us less students, but I think it's more powerful to have a world where people realize that they can learn anything they want to. I think Elon Musk said if you have student debt, you only have your own ego to blame, because you could have learned everything you wanted for free anyway. But look, it's some professions you need the certificate. I wouldn't want a doctor without a certificate on the wall. That's for certain. Google taught doctors seem like a bad idea to me. So I think that would be my advice. Decide why you want to learn, what you want to learn, start a business in the process, start one while you're young. And I think from an economic and societal perspective, more people should start businesses, because that's where growth happens.
Yeah.